I think, obviously he can't declare a starter right now for week 1. It's bad business. But once again, he's saying that he has confidence in Drew Lock, and they're going to explore what's out there. If Trey Lance fell into his lap, Justin Fields fell into his lap, he's going to explore that avenue, but he always has Drew Lock to fall back on. And what I found funny is a lot of haters in Broncos country were taking that to mean that, he's the fallback plan. What general manager would talk about their quarterback 1 like, he's there just in case? Well, that's a general manager who's new on the job, who was thrust into the incumbent roster, the incumbent coaching staff, and he's facing the prospect of either maybe getting a quarterback, maybe not getting a quarterback, not knowing where to go. So that was my interpretation on that, Kim. I don't know if you saw it any differently.
No, I think that interpretation definitely checks out. It's funny because, I always go back to this, but the John Lynch situation saying that Jimmy Garoppolo was their guy, and then they go on and, they trade down to number 3 and they sign the Eagles backup quarterback. So, obviously, like you said, the GMs can't disclose any of this. They can't give away their moves, but even John Lynch is doing that years down the line of being a general manager. So yes, George Paton is on his number 1 here, but obviously he knows the game. He's played the game. He's been around long enough that he knows what he can say and what he can't. But I think that the haters that you are referring to just sat on that first sentence, which he said, I don't know about week 1. Literally all you have to do is hear those first 5 words and the hater's going to be like, boom, he's out, no way. But if you continue to listen to what he had to say after that, like you just said, then it does. He's saying exactly what he is allowed to say at this point.
Exactly.
And I think it's great because he really emphasizes the whole competition aspect of this. They want to bring someone in to compete with Drew Lock. And that first sentence is going to kind of like make something click in Drew Lock's mind. When he heard that, he was like, oh crap, I'm not his set week 1. Here comes the competition. Let's go. I've got to prove myself still. So I think that was a perfect answer.
This is with Paton. He was asked why multiple quarterbacks could be selected. Why multiple quarterbacks could be selected within the top 10 of the 2021 draft. It's the toughest position to play in sports. It gets more revealing as the answer goes on here. It's the most important position to play in probably all sports, which is true. I'm generalizing, but you need a good quarterback to win and sustain year in and year out. You need a good one. Do you need a franchise guy or a top 5? No, but you can still win without one. It's so important to the team's success to have a quarterback. That's why you might see 5 go in the top 10. So it's a little contradictory in a sense. It sounds like he's saying you need one, but you don't need one. You want to have one, but you can't win without one. I understand what he's saying there. And again, if you're a Drew Lock supporter, you can read into that, the tea leaves, that maybe he's okay not having that top 5 guy, maybe not having that franchise quarterback. You can get by if you have a good quarterback. And again, on the podcast, that's all Chad and I have been saying since 2019, since Lock was drafted. Just get good quarterback play. Doesn't have to be great, doesn't have to be top 10, and this team can win a lot of games. So I thought that was interesting that, it'd be great to have a Fields, it'd be great to have a Lance or Deshaun Watson. I have to say his name, it's obligatory. But even if we don't get one of them, it's okay because we have Drew Lock. And you know what? That's not so much an indictment or a diss. It's actually more of a compliment.
No, and I think he's saying that, of course, if there's a quarterback available, that's what we want because that is such an important position. Quarterback, left tackle, right? Like the 2 biggest positions in the entire game. But I think he's also saying, oh, shoot, like if there isn't a quarterback available or if we can't get one in the draft, then we're still going to be okay. There's still going to be a chance for us. Don't completely write off the Denver Broncos if they don't get a quarterback in the draft. That's kind of how I interpreted that one.